Welcome to section 11.15. This is the 119th session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll unpack the cellular networks in everyone's pocket. We'll answer several questions. How is a cellular network actually organized? How far does its encryption really reach? What separates the recent generations of service? And what security risks come with treating a phone as a doorway into your network? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because your workforce carries the office in a jacket pocket. Picture a sales team closing deals from airports and hotel lobbies, tethering laptops to their phones to reach internal systems. Every one of those connections rides a carrier's network you do not control and cannot fully trust. Knowing where cellular protects data and where it quietly stops protecting it is how you keep that convenience from becoming a leak. How is a cellular network actually organized? Around areas of coverage called cells. Each cell centers on a primary transceiver, the tower or base station that mobile devices talk to. As a phone moves, it hands off from one cell to the next, so coverage feels continuous. The service itself is labeled by generation, the familiar shorthand you see climb from one number to the next as the technology advances. Think of a chain of neighboring watchtowers, each covering its own patch of countryside and passing a traveller along as they walk from one patch into the next. How far does cellular encryption really reach? Not as far as most people assume. Your traffic is generally encrypted only on the hop from your device to the nearest tower. Once it lands and travels onward over the carrier's wires, it can effectively be in the clear. That means cellular is not a safe place for anything truly sensitive on its own. The fix is to protect the data yourself before it ever leaves the phone, using an encrypted application or a VPN so the content stays sealed end to end. Picture an armoured car that guards your package only to the edge of town, then drops it onto an open truck for the rest of the journey. What defines the fourth generation of cellular service? It is the widely supported baseline most devices still use. It lets phones reach respectable mobile speeds, with stationary equipment going faster still. Its big shift was moving to Internet Protocol-based communication for both voice and data, leaving behind the old circuit switch telephone approach. It is delivered through a few transmission systems, the most common being the one you see branded on your phone's status bar. Think of it as the reliable, well-paved main highway that nearly every vehicle already knows how to drive. What changes with the fifth generation? It reaches for much higher speed. By using higher radio frequencies than earlier generations, it delivers dramatically faster transmission, though those higher frequencies do not travel as far. You will increasingly find it embedded not just in phones and tablets, but in industrial control systems and connected devices. That spread is exactly why it matters to you. As this generation shows up in more corners of the business, your team needs to know where it is available and enforce security requirements on those communications. Picture a new express lane that is blazingly fast, but only covers shorter stretches, so you plan around its reach. What security risks come with cell phones as doorways? Several, and they stack. First, traffic across a carrier's network, whether voice, text, or data, is not guaranteed to be secure. Second, with the right sniffing equipment, your transmissions can be intercepted, and an attacker can even stand up a fake tower to run an adversary in the middle attack. Third, and most dangerous for you, using a phone's connection to reach the internet or the office turns that device into a potential bridge, quietly opening an insecure path into the company network. The defense is to treat these devices as untrusted entry points and wrap their sensitive traffic in your own encryption. Think of a side gate someone props open for convenience. Unaware it lets strangers walk straight into the yard. So let's bring it together. A cellular network is organized into cells served by towers, with service labeled by generation. Its encryption covers only the hop to the tower, so protect sensitive data yourself. The fourth generation is the Internet Protocol-based baseline nearly everyone runs, while the fifth trades reach for far greater speed and spreads into industrial gear. And every cellular device is a potential bridge into your network, vulnerable to interception and fake towers. Treat these connections as untrusted, and layer your own encryption on top. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on RooCloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.